Hi there, I'm Champion Trader Kevin Davey, and today I'm going to give you some tips on algo trading, algo strategy development, and optimization. So let's get to it. Let's talk about algo optimization. I'm going to give you some of the tips and some of the things I've picked up over the years, and maybe this will help you as you build your own algos. As always, during the video, if you like something, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Let's talk about over optimization, okay? Because this is something that a lot of people fall victim to. And here's a strategy that I created. You can watch, there's a different video that goes through the rules and describes them for this. But my version of the strategy, I only have 2 inputs that I optimize, and I only did 28 iterations. You know, usually people are looking for thousands or millions of iterations and dozens of inputs. I keep it simple, and here's what I got. The white part of the curve was where I optimized, and then I ran it out of sample for this particular test for 1 year. And you can see it did pretty good. When you do not over optimize, this is what tends to happen. You tend to get better results in real time, and that's that light blue area. So that's pretty good. Now, it's good performance in 2022, but what if I had optimized more? Would I have gotten something better? Well, let's take a look. Here's a version. I call this over optimized version A. I had 3 inputs here with the same code, and I did 14,801 iterations. And it produced what you could say is a better curve in the white area, so it's a better back test. But look what happens in the blue area. It falls apart. That's a sign of over optimization, okay? And I think it's probably directly related to the number of iterations. Well, let's take another example. This is version B. And this one I did 4 inputs that I optimized, and I did 754,851 iterations. So I did tons of them. And again, look how nice the equity curve on the left looks. The in-sample optimized equity curve looks great. This is exactly what you'd want to trade. You'd be like, oh man, it keeps making new peaks. The problem is it's over-optimized. This was the best case out of 754,851 different cases. What are the chances? Think of it this way. What are the chances of that case also being the best case or even a good case going forward? Pretty small, right? And look what happened. Again, terrible performance in 2022. So this is just an example, and I can't say, hey, this is always true. You're going to find times where you do tons of optimizations and it works out pretty well. But you do enough testing like I have, and you see this again and again, and it's just a common sign of over-optimizing. Now you might say, okay, well, I'm not going to run 754,851 cases, iterations. I'm going to use genetic optimization. That helps me to figure to not do as many. Well, what you got to realize is genetic optimization is this, what I would call wolf in sheep's clothing. You're still optimizing way too much with it. It's just the way it works. It doesn't have to run all the cases. Here's a couple examples with genetic optimization where I only ran maybe 5,000 iterations or something. I don't even know. But you can see in both cases it produced a decent looking equity curve in white, and it fell apart in the blue. And that's typical of genetic optimization too. It can be over optimized. So you got to watch out for that. Now, obviously there'll be cases where it looks good, but I just picked these 2 at random. They were literally the first 2 times I ran the optimizer, and this is what I got. So does that mean I got unlucky? Maybe. Or does it mean this is kind of how it's going to be? That's what I think. A lot of times genetic optimization is just another way to over optimize, so be careful with it. Some people think it's the holy grail. I don't use it at all in my development. So speaking of backtest and optimizing, there's 4 different ways that I see to really backtest. The first one is don't do a backtest at all. Hey, no chance of optimizing, over optimizing, right? Just start trading it live, but that's kind of scary. Then you do your optimized backtest, kind of what I showed you here. That again is kind of scary to just go live with an optimized backtest, because how do you know you didn't over optimize? Then there's an out of sample backtest, which is sort of what I showed here too with the areas in the blue, where maybe you wait until the areas in the blue are done and then you say, okay, that's my out of sample test. And then there's what I prefer to use and what I teach in my course, walk forward testing. Many pro traders use this. Some people don't. Some people think, oh man, that's too much. I found it really useful for this scourge of over optimizing. So something definitely to keep in mind. Well, hey, if you like this video, again, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'm Kevin Davey. Thanks for watching.